This is Suck, and in this video we are looking at President Nixon in Vietnam. And first of all, we will look at Vietnamization. When Nixon became president in January 1969, he promised that he would stop the war fast whilst maintaining peace with honour. And peace with honour was the idea that South Vietnam would stay a non-communist state once the US had withdrawn. And a key policy under Nixon was Vietnamization, and this was a reversal of Johnson's Americanization policy. And Vietnamization consisted of the withdrawal of US forces and replacing them with South Vietnamese forces. And Nixon hoped that this policy would increase his domestic support whilst also strengthening the negotiating position with North Vietnam. And it would strengthen the negotiating position because the US would strengthen the South Vietnamese forces so that the North Vietnamese would believe that South Vietnam was secure from any threats. And it would also strengthen the negotiating position because it showed the willingness of the US to withdraw, and that was fulfilling one of the main objectives of the North Vietnamese. Now, Nixon began the program of removing troops soon after taking office, and by June 1972, the number of Americans in Vietnam had decreased from 543,000 in 1969 to 47,000. Now, Nixon didn't want to abandon South Vietnam, but he didn't want to stay in an unwinnable conflict, so that's why he started to pour resources into the Arvin troops so that South Vietnam continued to have a realistic chance of success. And this led to troops being paid more, increased benefits, and an increase in weapons such as the M16 Armalite rifle, planes, and helicopters. Now, Arvin troops were also increased in size from 82,000 in 1968 to 1 million in 1970. So now we have to look at the impact of Vietnamization, because Vietnamization did seem to have the effect of transforming Arvin into an effective military force capable of resisting aggression from the North. And this was put to the test in 1972 when the North launched its spring offensive. Now, although the Arvin suffered 8,000 casualties, the North suffered almost 5 times as many, and the Arvin were able to resist the offensive. The Arvin were also supported by the US bombing campaign from May to October called Operation Lam Son, where 150,000 tons of bombs were dropped on Vietnam, and this was able to boost morale within the Arvin. However, this doesn't take away from the underlying problems which did face them. Now, firstly, their morale stayed low thanks to the high number of casualties, and this and the lack of patriotism amongst the Arvin meant that they remained an ineffective fighting force. Now, the other issue within Arvin was the corruption. Now, officers were chosen based on their loyalty to the Thieu regime rather than their ability, and this was another reason for them being an ineffective fighting force. So whilst Vietnamization did have some positive effects domestically for the US, it was unable to achieve Nixon's aim of peace with honour. Now, the next thing to look at is the extension of the war into Cambodia. And in March 1969, Nixon decided to start a military offensive in Cambodia titled Operation Menu. And this had the objective of targeting Viet Cong hotspots within the country in order to do a number of things. And this included to sever the supply lines along the Ho Chi Minh Trail, to pressurize North Vietnam into an acceptable peace settlement, and to compensate for the Vietnamization program and so retain confidence in South Vietnam. In March 1970, Cambodia's head of state, Prince Norodom Sihanouk, was overthrown by the pro-US general Lon Nol. Now, this meant that North Vietnam showed support to the anti-Nol communist movement, the Khmer Rouge, which was led by Pol Pot. Now, during March, the Khmer Rouge pushed towards the capital, Phnom Penh. Now, this worried Nixon because he feared a communist regime in Cambodia. Now, this meant that South Vietnamese forces, along with US air support, crossed the border into Cambodia. Nixon also committed 20,000 troops into Cambodia, and he hoped that this show of support would add pressure on North Vietnam to negotiate a peace deal. Even so, he did announce the same year that 150,000 troops would be withdrawn. Now, there were many consequences of the Cambodian expansion. Now, for the Viet Cong, their ability was weakened because of the damage done to the jungle, and large amounts of the Viet Cong supplies were either captured or destroyed. Now, any possibility of a North Vietnamese offensive against the South was weakened, therefore, after these substantial losses. The invasion of Cambodia also increased US involvement in Cambodia, as they had to prevent a communist takeover of Cambodia. Now, this occurred at a time where the US were trying to minimize their involvement in South Vietnam and pressurize North Vietnam into diplomacy. The invasion led to a further opposition within America, and for example, on the campus of Kent State University in 1970, 4 students were shot by US National Guards for protesting. And the same year, in June, the Senate voted to remove the Gulf of Tonkin resolution. Now, even so, Nixon was determined to continue the war, as he was determined not to lose it, and instead he wanted to do this thing of withdrawing peacefully and with honour. So as 1972 approached, Nixon did fear a massive communist push, and this was significant because 1972 was the year of the presidential election. So therefore, Nixon decided that it was necessary to disable the Ho Chi Minh Trail on its route through Laos. And as Congress had banned US ground troops from entering either Cambodia or Laos, the attack consisted of an adequate force of 30,000 Arvin troops and US air support. And this operation was called Operation Lam Son 719, and it had the objective of disrupting North Vietnamese supply lines along the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Nevertheless, Arvin troops were inferior to the North Vietnamese troops and were forced to withdraw. And this proved that even with US air support, Arvin troops had a very limited chance of defeating the North Vietnamese, and instead their attack simply led to the North adopting an offensive position, as shown by the Spring Offensive. So thank you for watching this video, and see you soon. Bye.